High Resolution, Rebecca Pigeon performing Spanish Harlem. This is truly a very special recording, and it has all the elements of an audiophile classic. First, Rebecca's voice should just breathe, with space in front, behind, and to the sides. And on high-resolution systems, she will be palpably real. The bass is robust and deep, but still quite detailed. Pay close attention to the shaker. It should be placed back in the sound stage, and each shake should sound slightly different. If they sound too similar, the playback system is not resolving this fine detail. The string's sweet sound should occupy the same acoustic space as the rest of the band. The more you listen to Spanish Harlem, the more you'll understand what high-resolution technology is all about.
There is a rose in Spanish Harlem, a red rose up in Spanish Harlem. She is a special one, she's never seen the sun. She only comes out when the moon is on the run and all the stars are gleaming. She's growing in the street, right up through the concrete, but soft and sweet and dreamy. There is a rose in Spanish Harlem, a red rose up in Spanish Harlem, with eyes as black as coal that look down in my soul and start a fire there, and then I lose control and have to beg your pardon. I'm going to pick that rose and watch her as she grows in my garden.
Depth. Sarah Kay performs If I Could Sing Your Blues. The term depth is tossed around a lot in high-end circles, and its exact definition can be rather ambiguous. Not this time. The trumpet that opens this track was 10 feet from the microphone and provides us with a true test of depth reproduction. Sarah should be close, yet her voice fills the studio with reverberation. The guitar is intimate, with a full, warm tonality. Bear in mind that most modern recordings have only artificial depth, so that they cannot be used reliably to gauge this important aspect of reproduction. Here's Sarah.
If I could sing your blues, you absolutely mesmerize me. And if I had to look away, could it be like angels and good things? And I will sing your blues. I'd get you, babe, when you were blue. Could it be like angels and cold train and starlight?
Mid-range purity. Livingston Taylor performs Grandma's Hands. On this a cappella track, Livingston is accompanied by 3 soulful backup singers, and it's a remarkable example of mid-range purity. First, let's try an experiment. Snap your fingers. Keep going. While listening to Grandma's Hands, pay close attention to those recorded finger snaps. There should be a flesh and bone quality to them, just like yours. Livingston's voice should have a good sense of chest. That is, you should hear that his body is contributing to his sound. Far too many recordings have voices that sound detached from the bodies creating them, and the result is a less human, less natural-sounding voice. There's no such problem here. So let's listen to Livingston.
Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played a tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue words of warning. She'd say, "Live, don't run so fast. You might fall on a piece of glass, and there might be snakes there in that grass." Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands used to soothe the unwed mother. Grandma's hands, they would ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hands, they would lift her face and tell her. She'd say, "Baby, Grandma understands just how much you love that man. Put yourself in Jesus." And Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands used to hand me a piece of candy, and Grandma's hands picked me up each time I fell. Grandma's hands, well, they really came in handy. She'd say, "Had it on."
Focus. The Connecticut Early Music Festival Ensemble performs Antonio Vivaldi's Flute Concerto in D. Focus refers to the outline or boundary of an instrument within the soundstage of the recording. This radiant work possesses an extraordinary sense of focus. John Solemn's flute, a mid-19th century Bonwood, invokes a delicate beauty. Each note John plays should sound distinct, not at all blurred. Indeed, all the instruments of the ensemble possess this clarity. The visual analogy of the term focus works quite nicely. The sharper the edge of each instrument within the image, the better the focus. Now, let's listen. Bass Resonance from Chesky Sampler Volume 2. Here we have a solo stand-up bass in the middle of a large studio. The instrument is 3 feet from the microphone. You should hear a strong transient pluck followed by the resonance of the body of the instrument. This is a test of accuracy for woofers. Some woofers, when pushed to their limits, will create non-musical sounds. This solo bass can reveal those weaknesses in speaker design. The Dynamic Test from Chesky Sampler Volume 2. Some of you are clamoring for some extreme hard-hitting dynamics, so let's do a solo drum test. Try to play this at realistic levels, but please, be careful. Though it starts quietly, it's slowly getting louder and louder. This is a brute force test for speakers and amplifiers. Well, that's it. We hope that you enjoyed the music and at the same time improved your listening skills. Keep listening.